popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me, and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Media popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault.
Expecto Patronum. I am Eddie Collins.
Guys, this is Justin Brown.
And we are Media Popcorn. But you already knew that because you played that, theme song in your earbuds, or you watched it with your eyes on YouTube, and you're like, yeah, it's like a warm blanket coming over me. And that's how I felt when I watched Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. How did you feel, Justin, watching this? Number 3 out of 7. Or 8, actually, you have.
I'll say that this one was far more entertaining than the first two.
Oh, so they're getting better.
Yes, I think this one was definitely better than the first two, but I still got some problems. I still got some fucking problems.
What? Okay. Let's slow down. Let's talk about what you liked. First. And this, so Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is the only movie where he doesn't have a confrontation with Voldemort and things like that. This is a more contained story. It was directed by Alfonso Cuarón, who took over the reins from Christopher Columbus, who gets a producer credit. So good on him for getting locked in with that money. And then it's also, Dumbledore's also replaced by Michael Gambon, who takes over for Richard Harris, who died in between 2 and 3. So there's a few changes in this one, a few key changes and stuff like that. So, having said that, what did you like about this
one? I felt like there's a lot of talk in all the Harry Potter films. There's like a lot of lore building, but I felt that a lot of the talk and lore building in this film kind of matched up with action, with something actually happening at the same time, as opposed to just a bunch of niggas just sitting around talking magic shit. So I felt because of that, the movie was far less boring than some of the previous films and the previous two. I think I was less annoyed with like who that nigga Ron.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't on screen too much. I mean, Hermione, they had her, she was popping in and out and shit like that. And which it was just like, okay, so what's going on with this chick? But like, it was a background story that you were just like, okay, what's going on here? Because they kept on saying it. So it's like, so
there's some payoff.
There's payoffs. There's little threads that were being weaved in. I think it's just by the time we hit the third film, we started to get better storytelling.
We did. And the acting's getting a little bit better. Daniel Radcliffe had some important stuff to hit in this one. He didn't quite do it for me in the rewatch. But there's a decent amount of stuff that happens for something where you're like, okay, it's not as flashy as the first two, right? It's like more, it's not more intimate, but it's just like more focused on a few key things. It sets up a lot for the future, but at the end, like you said, like a few things are actually resolved in this movie. Where you're like, okay, that's what that's about, or like this is what happened here and stuff. What do you think of the whole Sirius Black escaping for Azkaban? Like, it's at first like there's the whole theory that he told Voldemort where the Potters were. That's what got Harry's parents killed, and it reveals like he's the godfather of Harry, and like Professor Lupin and them were all like friends growing up. What was that like for you?
I mean, that was cool. I kind of saw it coming, even though I had, no real context of it. I kind of saw it was just like, this guy's going to end up being like somewhat a good guy. I just had the feeling. I don't know. I feel like Harry Potter is a little bit, no, it can never be this, but like it's kind of taking a little play off of like fucking Dragon Ball in the sense of like,
again,
my enemy somehow becomes my friend.
Okay.
Like, the bad guy, the person that you is a bad guy ends up being, an ally somewhere down the road. So like, I think that aspect, I just kind of caught on. I will say I was a little bit more proud of the teachers because for once the teachers did fucking something. They actually fucking helped. And that was, the nigga with the long hair. I know he dead now. I can never remember his name.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah,
Professor
was
Snape.
it Snape. Yeah, so Snape, he actually did something, and he puffed up his chest for these fucking kids like he should be doing. But all in all, this still showed that these niggas at this magic school ain't shit because you have the headmaster Dumbledore. So I'm imagining Dumbledore is like a really powerful fucking wizard, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But then he looks at these two fucking kids, well, three kids, one of them with his foot up because he broke his shit up. This nigga Dumbledore goes, y'all niggas go back in time and, make this shit don't happen, right? Just saying. And he gives some bullshit ass fucking idea to him. He doesn't say it, but he roundabout says it and then leaves the room for them to figure out they need to go back in time. It's like, well, nigga, why don't you go in time, nut up, and fucking do something, you fucking lazy, crabbity, old, white wizard motherfucker. That shit, I was like, that made me so mad. I'm like, yo.
You said the same thing. She was so mad. She's like, why ain't Dumbledore doing this shit?
Yo, why are you putting this on fucking kids? They're fucking kids. You're putting this on fucking children to go and fucking save it. Go back in time. It's like, make sure you don't get seen. And then he doesn't tell them directly. This nigga's talking in fucking riddles. Nigga, talk to them. Say, hey, if you are going to say, hey, I'm going to put you kids in fucking imminent danger, just so you know, you may die. But what I'm saying is just like, now solve these 4 riddles. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Why did you just say, all right, listen, I can't do this for you. But what you need to do is, da-da-da-da-da-da, make sure nobody fucking sees you, because they see you, that could fuck up everything. So this is what you got to do.
That's the same thing, Justin.
No, he's not.
But that's the same kind of anxiety prone. You're not setting up the kids for success because you're like,
no. But you hear what I just said? I can't do this for you.
Yep, they actually don't have to do it.
You're right. They
have to kind of do it because Harry getting fucked up with Sirius. But like in theory, like, yeah, just let Sirius take that L, go back to Azkaban. Like,
no, they're gonna kill that nigga.
Yeah, I mean, they were taking out his little bubble soul, whatever the fuck that was. Yeah,
but that's the shit that was bothering me. That just bothers me about this. Is like, you have this all powerful fucking wizard who literally, and I said it in the other films, but this one more so than the other ones. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do some fuck shit in the later films as well. But this motherfucker literally said to 2 kids, and one with his fucking leg, with a broken leg, he's just like, yo, if I were you, I'd turn that shit 3 times. And then when I'm there, I make sure that nobody sees me. But he don't even say that shit directly. He's speaking this as like, 1 3 times. Make sure that someone innocent doesn't die. Another innocent death doesn't happen. And then maybe nobody catches the fade. Well, stay in the shadows because the shadows are your friends. Yo, I would have straight up taken my fucking wand out, fucking punching the Scrutiotis and just punch that nigga right in his dick. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, yo, what do we need to do? Stop being the fucking Yoda and tell me what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, because
like,
at this point,
Harry's been through stake.
Yeah, Harry's been through some shit already. Like, he almost got killed at the Quidditch match where the Dementors came and fucked him up. He basically fell out the fucking sky. You know that this dude who escaped Azkaban, which never fucking happens, is coming for Harry. And this is before people, like, we reveal who the real traitor is and that Sirius Black is actually innocent. And some of that. All these things are happening. And you're right. Dumbledore is like, I realized in this movie that Dumbledore and Hagrid are not good at their jobs. They're good people, but they're not good at their jobs. Dumbledore's a terrible headmaster.
Yes, he's trash.
He's absolutely terrible. Like I love that character, but he's god awful at this job. Professor Snape, not very good either, because he's
But
just
at
so
least this
stern.
nigga's suspicious.
That's true. And Professor Lupin, like you knew you were gonna last the whole year, nigga. Like, come on, you were a werewolf. I mean, I get it. You can't get a job at Amazon, but you also can't be a professor around kids.
Yo, you know what?
Yo, that was shady as fuck, though, right? About Snape. Snape was like, because Snape knows that Lupin's a werewolf, right? Because they went to school together.
Yeah.
Hence, that's why the map thing, like the taunting, where Snape comes in, like dressed up as a grandma, whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
Where the backstory between like James and Lupin, like is serious, and them against Snape. It's so fucking messed up what they just did to him.
Yeah.
They bullied him again. But what I was trying to say is the Snape dynamic is so interesting when you think about like how it plays in with like Harry and Defense of the Arts and all that shit. But no one likes this nigga, so no one actually pays attention to him.
Yeah. He's that asshole teacher. Like, he's
why
like
are you
an
even
asshole
doing this,
teacher
bro?
who could really help you.
Yeah.
But because he's such an asshole, you'll never go to him for the help that you need because you just feel like he's trying to fuck you over. That's who Snape is.
It's like Paul Giamatti and the Holdovers.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, this person's really, really smart, but no one likes them. So no one ever like, gives them
You
a
would
moment
never
to show.
ask this person for help.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think that's how Snape wants to be. He's like, I want to deal with these fucking kids.
Every night he like fucking lights a candle. It's just like, Heavenly Father, help me. Like,
No. Every night he goes home, he's just like, Lord. Oh, no. Let me there. Lord. I can't do a Snape. I can't do it.
That sounds like Cat Williams.
Yeah, I know. Please.
Oh my God.
Please.
Cat Williams as Professor.
Please bless Harry Potter and his friends. Keep them safe. And he's like casting like little protection spells over them just to make sure that they're good, right? But he gets to school the next day. He's just like, listen here, Potter. Like, nigga, just be who you are.
Yeah.
Be cool.
You'll learn more about Snape in the future stories and stuff like that. Alan Rickman fucking kills this role, man. It's so fucking good. It's one of the best performances over 8 films that.
Okay, one other thing that I liked in this film. I am so glad that we that we started off this film with fucking Harry Potter getting it in on those motherfuckers in his family.
Yeah.
Because that bitch gonna come in here and talk about his daddy and his mama right in front of him like he ain't even fucking there and be throwing shade at them.
Oh yeah. What'd she say about
at
the mom?
table with his fat ass fucking cousin sitting there watching his stories, eating fucking whatever he's eating.
That was a fat suit, by the way.
Was that?
That was a fat suit, by the way. That actor lost a lot of weight.
Who, the kid?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's probably because he's growing up. Yeah. So, well, I'm glad that, which, if you think about it, the comment is like, that kid's going to be fat. Let's go. Yeah. We need a little butterball kid. And all of a sudden he starts actually thinning. I was like, it doesn't fit. We need you fat again. Can you start eating a lot? Can we get you real unhealthy? No, but yeah, I enjoyed that he got that bitch and just got up out of there. Because like if I had my wizard skills, I'll tell you one thing: you wouldn't be staying in as well. First of all, my uncle wouldn't be popping the shit that he's doing. That's number one. Because I would make sure that he knew that I was not the fucking one.
Well, that's the thing. Is like it's a quick line at the beginning with the uncle's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to do magic outside school.
Yeah,
they won't take you." Right. That's actually a big thing that's emphasized in the first 2 books because I think it's purposely doing that to make sure that Harry doesn't retaliate for the trauma and abuse he's been through until he gets accepted into that wizarding world.
So, but that's the thing. Once I'm in, I'm straight up setting 5 pitties.
Yeah, but you don't want to go to Azkaban, especially after you meet the mentors. You don't want to deal with that shit.
Well, no. But like he did enough And then also it's just like, yo, I was being abused. I'm protecting myself. And then like, they're gonna let you off on that shit. But
Are
like,
they, Justin? We're black men, and you believe that?
listen, this is Harry Potter world, baby. We white in Harry
You
Potter
ain't.
world.
You see? Yeah, okay, fair enough.
We're talking about I'm Harry Potter. That means I'm white as fucking snow. I'm gonna be good.
Is he though? Harry Potter. If I were friends with Harry Potter, I would know every year at school we gonna get into some bullshit, and I might die.
Well, it's not even the might die. I would not be fucking around with Harry Potter because I know they're gonna kick my black ass out. I'm gonna take the fall for some bullshit that he did. Next thing you know, it's just like, where's Justin? Oh yeah, they sent him back. He's no longer. They threw him in the Azkaban. It's like, why? For your shit, Harry. But it's okay. He got the protection. He got the complexion for protection. Harry, why the odorous?
It was crazy that the Burton's cover story for what Harry does during the school year is that he goes basically to like an insane asylum, for like education stuff. Like, oh, do they beat him? And he's like, oh yeah, I get beaten all the time. And I was like, oh, this is getting dirty. But yeah, when the Anta starts floating away like a balloon
Yeah,
and shit like that, he does
he
have his
killed
own
that
room,
bitch.
right? Kind of. I mean, they saved him. Like the Ministry of Magic. They basically like the minister. He's like, hey, we were able to retrieve her, and she doesn't remember anything and stuff like
Oh
that.
no, because if she's a balloon, she would have floated right up into the fucking ozone and popped.
Well, it was funny when she was floating in the background when he's storming out the house.
Yeah.
And shit like that. And then he gets picked up by the night bus. So what were your thoughts on the night bus with the Jamaican talking head? That's a big feature at Universal Studios, by the way.
What, that bus
Yeah.
with the talking head in it?
Yeah.
Wait, they have the talking head in the bus?
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody needs to bust them in the head for that shit. That was fucking stupid. Like, what are you guys doing? Like,
Come on.
these movies need representation, but not that.
Mm.
That like, I was kind of just like, really, niggas? Really? That's what we're doing right now? He's like, hold on to your boots, bragra. You couldn't even understand the thing that the fucking thing was saying. Booyaka! That's all it needed to say. Bamla clot. Like this. Just say
Random Jamaican.
yeah, exactly. It says roti.
Now I'm hungry. Oxtail.
like that's
Shutters.
the killer Wayne, man. The killer Wayne. Who is the bus speaking about? Who's this Wayne that's been killed?
We lost some listeners because of our Shutters episode.
I could see that.
They thought our accents were really offensive.
They didn't find the whole movie of shots to be offensive.
I'm like, if we offend more than that, then we have a problem.
Yeah, right.
I need to look in the mirror. Yeah, I mean that whole thing was weird, especially like the ticket dude with the acne or whatever the fuck that was on the skin, the scales and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, yeah. What are we doing there?
Yeah, that was wild. I do want to point out one quick thing. This is the beginning of the Harry Potter movies where they started doing some really inventive shit with the WB logo at the beginning. So, at first it starts with the distant flicker, the light, and stuff like that. And like these movies have some of my favorite openings with like a logo and doing like unique things with every movie.
Okay.
And shit like that. I just want to point that out real quick. Not all the effects in this movie, of course, hold up. This is an older film. Came out
2004.
2004. Yeah. So, senior in high school, stuff like that. Yeah, it's just some like the bus thinning out and stuff like that. It didn't quite work. And also like I forgot because I haven't read the book in a long time. I forgot like how everyone knows that Harry Potter's expected. What was that? What happened, Justin?
I don't know. Oh, this fucking baby monitor.
Oh, okay, the baby okay? Because that sounds like a Godzilla sound.
Yeah, I know. No,
No,
I think they just plugged the baby monitor in. I guess the app was open in the background. I was like, why the fuck was the sounds coming from?
Yeah, I was like, did your baby just turn to Godzilla? Just destroying the fucking toys in the crib and shit. Yeah, because I was unclear about how everyone knew that Harry Potter was going to be arriving, so they had like a room for him. He already has books and shit. I mean, the Ministry of Magic, they're basically like, I guess they had the power because they're the magical government to be able to set up everything for him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess that means that they're closely monitoring him, right? Like Big
Yeah, they
Brother
keep an
shit.
eye on this motherfucker. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I mean,
I mean,
wouldn't you?
he's a problem. Every time Harry comes around, some bullshit goes down. So you got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I'd be like, cursing the day we sent him that fucking letter, man. It's been bullshit ever since.
I would storm into the office if I was on the ministry, on the council, whatever. I storm into the office, be like, yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the last fucking one. If we see a last name and it's Potter on it, ain't no fucking owls going near a Potter. No more. No fucking more. It's over. He's the last one. He's too much of a problem already. He got one more fucking problem, and I'm gonna deal with him myself.
But it's okay because Harry, I forget. So I was telling Tati about this. So it gets really interesting now with Harry and family dynamics and legacy is about that. So Harry already is like decently well off, right? I would say he's like upper middle class, probably, right? Financially,
Even
right?
with his shitty ass family.
So the Burnons are separate. That's a whole separate thing. Like, remember so you to learn later on the mom and the aunt relationship and how that's his connection to the Vernons. It's through the mom, right? But his parents were actually really like popular in the wizarding world, and they had their own money, which they left to Harry, right? Then Harry, his godfather Sirius Black, as you know, at the end, they're able to establish a relationship. The thing is that Sirius is on a run, so he's like, I'm your godfather, but technically you can't live with me yet, right?
Yeah, clear some shit up first.
But basically, like, he's going to be entitled to everything that Sirius has, and like Harry's going to be mad rich at one point. But the whole thing I was trying to say is that it's actually really tragic, like Harry's whole family situation, because I was always wondering why he never lives with the Weasleys or Hermione instead of the Burdens.
Yeah,
but it was like they put him in the real world to hide him from Voldemort, because technically the worlds aren't supposed to like merge. But I'm just like, that sucks because he knows that he has other options, but he's stuck living with this terrible, terrible family that don't want him.
Wait a second. Does he go back?
Yes.
Wait, and he dealing with their bullshit? Like, seriously?
It's like you'll see, but it's like a cover. It's like basically a cover story for him.
Because see, that couldn't be me. This is why I can't be a magic nigga. Because I be in that house and they be popping that shit. It's like, I could just turn your ass into a fucking frog, right? And stomp on your ass, right? Like, I'd be popping off threats, big threats. I'm talking threats.
Be like the fucking kid from Brightburn and be like, "Hey, mom, oh, you want to ground me? I could fuck you up, right? I could throw you through that wall."
Yo, what would stop me from just incinerating this house right now? I don't know. You tell me.
Man, I was thinking about that movie the other day. That's such a terrifying prospect. Imagine you start raising this kid and he realizes he can like kill you without even blinking.
Yeah. You know what? You know what that's called? Don't be a dick to your kids. Don't be a fucking dick. Shit. You know what? But that's it. Actually, that's actually a weird thing about parenthood, because at some point you realize, even I realize, that at some point that motherfucker's gonna be able to kill me.
Motherfuckers, you have 3 kids.
Yeah, I don't.
Those
little motherfuckers up there, they are going to be in control of my breath. So I better fucking shift courses. You know what? Just last night, this is a true story. Just true story. Because a lot of shit's been going on, and they fucking fight and yada yada yada. And sometimes Jackson just pisses me off. So it's like I feel like I've been yelling a lot, right? Hey, Jackson. So and Paula, mentioned I was just like, all right. So I went into Jackson's room. He's going to bed. I was just like, you just had a little talk. I'm just like, listen, I'm not gonna yell at you anymore. I'm gonna make sure that I'm nicer. It's like, I just need you to listen. Da 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 da. It's the thing. So then, like, today, I made a concerted effort, like, to kind of just like not go in on him for doing dumb shit that he does on a daily basis that drives me fucking crazy.
Okay.
So this is me. This is me just trying to do better. And you do have to stop yourself, because your kids will drive you to want to murder them. Because they're fucking crazy. Because because that niggas ain't gonna kill me. That nigga ain't gonna kill me. For real though.
Okay. Um, according to the fandom wiki, this movie takes place in 1993. Is that
Why?
accurate? That's
Yeah,
weird.
why?
I don't know. I mean, I remember these books got published way before like I got into them in high school. So I don't actually know how long the books were published for, but who knows? Maybe that's the year that the author wanted it to be taking place. It makes more sense given like the lack of technology in the real world and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
okay. So some things about the Wizarding World, you have like your own like preference of like a house animal, right? It's so wild that Ron Weasley had that rat. I was like, that's nasty as fuck to just be carrying that around, bro.
Yeah, fucking
Ron, what are
Ben.
you doing? I know you're
Fucking
poor.
Ben.
I know you're poor, but you may as well have a cricket. It's like, what are you doing? Carrying around a rodent.
I mean, what's worse? Niggas having rodents or niggas having snakes?
I'd rather a snake in this situation. That at
Nope.
least
I
makes
would
sense.
not want a fucking snake in my house. If one of these fucking children came try to come home with a goddamn snake, they're going right outside with that motherfucker. Or a spider or a tarantula. This
Oh
is
yeah,
like
spider. Oh wait, what would be worse? Well, a spider would be worse for you, right?
um
Because you're definitely afraid of spiders.
yeah, probably the spider, because you know why? A spider can get anywhere. You can't stop them niggas. If it gets out, that spider it's that spider's house now. It's the spider's house now. I don't know where he is. I'd be sitting on the couch, all cuddled up, with my life, and here is that spider crawling on me. And now I'm going fucking crazy and slapping myself for like 45 minutes, thinking it's the spider crawling on me. I would never be comfortable in my own house.
Yeah.
I'd put one of those tents up and just nuke the whole fucking house. We'll fucking poison that bitch. I'm gonna get him one way or another. I put everything in there. I put everything in the tent, the car, everything.
Yeah, it was so wild that the Weasleys like they've allowed their son. I mean, it was a hand me down rat as well
It's
and
crazy.
shit because they had it for like 12 years or something like that. They said because that's when Pete Pettigrew was supposedly dead or
Mm.
whatever. It turned out he went hiding as a fucking rat.
In the Weasley's house.
Yep.
The fuck.
I mean, in a way, it makes sense because the dad works for the government, so it's like it's a way where you can get information.
Yeah.
To an extent. I mean, it was wild that Mr. Weasley was just like immediately like to Harry, "Hey, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but you in danger again." Like, it's like this ain't gonna be a quiet year for you. Like Harry must be exhausted. It's just like, bro, I just want to be able to hang out with my friends and like try to get my dick sucked. Like, can can I just hang out?
Okay, hold on. Does Harry and Hermione hook up later on?
They do not. But this movie definitely, like, if you don't know it where it goes, you definitely think they're gonna start dating soon.
Because, all right, does Harry ever have any love interest throughout any of this shit?
Yes, he does.
It's some weird shit, isn't it?
You'll see. You'll see.
It's some weird shit. It's some weird shit. This nigga's fucking a cricket or some bullshit. I don't know.
All right. Well, why'd you ask that though?
No, I was just wondering
Because
because
they
when
were
you said
hugging a lot.
no. Just because you were just like, I just want to get my dick sucked. I'm just like, yeah, this like he's a teenager by this point, right?
She's 13.
Yeah, he's 13. You know you know his wands is fully functioning. So it's just like, what's going on? What's going on, Harry? You're still thinking about wizardy shit. When I was 13, listen,
I was
my
thinking about
wand
that.
was ruling my life.
That would be like an interesting show to explore, right? It's like Lluvia is saying I think at this point he's 15. No, I think it's they go by the year. So what like book one, he's 11, I believe, right? Or something like that. I'll Google it to figure out what age he's supposed to be. I don't think he's supposed to be 15 though. Because then that would put book year 7, the last book, he would be like fucking almost in his 20s. You know what I mean? But Daniel Radcliffe might have been 15 when he did this one.
Mm.
That's the thing. Um, The Dementors. What do you think of the Dementor intro? Because that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole series. Like when the Dementors are introduced, they're on the train and everything freezes over and stuff
Man,
like
I mean,
that.
it's cool. I just know what the fuck was happening.
It's creepy as fuck. So imagine those niggas, a Dementor, an animatronic Dementor, just being frozen above you at a broken down park ride. That was me at Universal last year.
Nigga, this shit ain't real. I don't know why. I don't know why that would bother you. They'd be like, okay, here's a fictional character floating over my head.
It's scary, man.
You a bitch. You a bitch.
I'm just sensitive.
You'd be like,
I was screaming.
Tati's just like, Brandon, calm down. Tati, it's gonna suck my soul out of me. Oh, and when they said suck the soul, I was just like, bring me a dement. Suck the soul out of me. Take my light.
I got turned off of being a soul sucked when I was in high school, man. Yeah, like I said this on the podcast before, but I had a very intense experience right before I had crew practice, and yeah. Well, after you have you ever tried to do exercise after a really really strong nut?
Yeah, nigga.
It's one of the worst feelings I've ever had physically. It's terrible.
Nigga, who are you?
I'm trying to do a 5K run, bro. It's just a nightmare.
Like, what's wrong with you, Brandon? What's wrong with your body?
You don't get exhausted.
All right. Man, you know what? Let's just talk about the movie.
Okay. It's wild that Harry would share everything he just learned about Sirius Black in the train car with another person sleeping in the corner. That's very risky. I mean, it ended up being Professor Lupin, but it's like, hey, don't do this. You've been through this already.
Yeah. It's like, yo, find an empty car.
Yeah. But I guess this is the first year when you think about that, people are actually being proactive and telling Harry that he's in danger versus him finding out the hard way. Oh, I might be in danger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't
Harry,
quite know how to.
You in danger, girl.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
There you go. He needed a black fortune teller. That's what he needed. He needed someone to help him out. Real quick, that Beast book that was chewing up the floor, didn't that look like an angry Roomba that just bites you?
Yeah, it kind of did.
Yeah, I was just like,
that was
did they
weird.
just put fur on a Roomba? Also, when they're coming into the Hogwarts, right, for the opening ceremony, everything, the choir singing. At the end, they're like, something wicked this way comes. I'm like, that's a mad, ominous way to start the school year. That's fucking wild, dude. Oh, there's okay. I thought you maybe had a comment.
No, I had nothing. I had nothing for that.
I had a hearty laugh. Yeah. Hearty laugh. I appreciate that. I do like Michael Gambon as Dumbledore a lot better than Richard Harris. He has energy. No disrespect to the actor,
but the previous actor who died.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason he had no energy because the nigga was dying.
He did have some cancer, Emily. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry, but
Oh, I like this character so much better. I like the new Black Panther so much better than the previous Black Panther because I don't know. There's just something about he's just far more lively.
Dick. Okay. I forgot Emma Thompson was in this movie. This is where her character starts, and she's out of her goddamn mind with those glasses.
Oh yeah, okay.
During the fortune, like the astrology class or whatever, and then Ron tells Harry, she's like, what's the bowl say? He's like, you're gonna suffer, but you're gonna be happy about it. And you're like, this nigga don't know how to read this stuff. Then the teacher reads it. She's like, and then she immediately freaks out. She's like, you have the grim. And Tati and I were watching this together. We're both like educators. We're like, yo, teacher, keep your shit together. You can't freak out with a kid like that. She basically told that nigga, you gonna die very, very soon.
Yeah, man. But again, the teachers are trash in the Harry Potter universe. They're all trash.
I mean, who's the worst teacher from what you've seen?
No, it's Dumbledore.
Oh, the headmaster himself.
Yeah, it's from the top. It's from the top. Yo, you know it's bad when you tell me Dumbledore didn't know this nigga with all his fucking wizardry, did not know that one of his teachers could turn into a fucking werewolf?
No, he did. Remember, Lupin says that they discussed it because Lupin was apprehensive about taking the role. Because the Defensive Arts, Dark Arts, is like a cursed position at this point. And the only one who really wants it is Professor Snape, right? So I think it was like hey, let's try this out, and maybe as I can control my werewolf impulses or whatever, but that was never going to happen.
Yeah, just keep that nigga inside when there's a full moon.
Oh, I forgot to bring up, wasn't it mad shady when Snape purposely, like when he had to sub in for Lupin, like the night after one of his werewolf like episodes or whatever?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, y'all gonna learn about werewolves.
Yeah. Werewolves and how to kill them.
Even if they look like your professor, you still kill. Even if they say, hey, I'm good, don't kill me. You kill them.
Take that nigga out. It was wild. That was fucking wild.
Yeah, that was a lot. The actor that plays Malfoy always talking shit. He's still kicking off this role though.
Oh,
Like conventions and stuff like that. But yeah, he was talking all that shit that Emma Thompson just, not Emma Watson, just punches him in the face.
you know what? That's like, I'm glad that she got that hit off on that motherfucker.
You called her
That
a
kid-
blood, bro.
Yeah, every fucking time I see him on screen, I really, really want him to get hit in the face. That kid's a very punchable face.
Yeah, it's Malfoy. He's supposed to be punchable.
No, but I mean, it's great casting. He has an extremely punchable face. Lluvia in the chat said it was a real hit.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
think Emma Watson accidentally really hit him.
Good. I mean, he probably did something. He probably did something to his left. He deserved that.
Yeah, during filming, Emma Watson unexpectedly slapped Tom Felton, who plays Draco Malfoy, hard in the scene when she was supposed to merely slap him. She felt terrible afterwards.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, that's for something that you didn't get caught for. This is retribution. Dig.
I did find a while when the Defensive Arts teacher, Lupin, he has like all the kids envision like what they're most afraid of and gives them a spell to like make it something goofy and stuff like that. Harry's goes from a scary ass clown, which Harry apparently is just fine with, to then a Dementor. And then Harry's like, ah. I was like, the clown was scarier.
And then he just comes. Oh, then he comes in and he sees the fucking moon, and he's like, ridiculous.
There are way more black people in the background of this movie than in previous films.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure somebody made had a note. Let's just say somebody had notes like, well, the nigga kids. They're like, well, blacks aren't wizards. Blacks aren't wizards. They can't be. Maybe they're warlocks or something more evil than a wizard.
Yep. Now, before pre-Oscar winning director Alfonso Cuarón took over this movie, the directors that were being considered for this were Guillermo del Toro, who ended up doing Hellboy instead, and then M. Night Shyamalan. But he ended up doing the Village.
M. Night would have been fucking crazy in this. There was some weird twist at the end.
Yeah, like
Harry got a fucking what do you call it? A wand in his ass or some shit like that, and the wand. Yeah, there was something
like
crazy.
Voldemort's his dad or some shit. Yeah, he would have changed the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, everybody been like, who let this motherfucker in here? Who let him in the writing room?
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get that. Alfonso Cuarón did some interesting stuff, like the unique cinematography and editing. I thought like actually, it for once made the series feel like somewhat magical and like fantastic.
It was more engaging. The film was more engaging overall.
Yeah, because the first two are just so like generic,
and they're long. And the scenes drag out because it's a lot of dialogue with not a lot of shit happening.
Yeah, I mean, this one is still long too. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be
2.5
shorter.
hours.
It's 2.5 hours. And if you basically have one ending where, like, they're at the infirmary, Ron's all bandaged up, and then it's like, oh, we have to go back in time, and then it's like another 30 minutes.
Yeah, of the same shit replayed. Retrace your steps. Turn 3 times. Don't see yourself.
Dumbledore is bad in this. He's not very eloquent in how he goes about things.
No,
because there's that scene with. Oh, sorry.
Hold on. Also pissed me off. And then when they get back, they get up to like current time. Dumbledore is coming out of that room, and he's just like, "Hey, we did it." Da da da. He's like, "You did what?" And then he walks down the stairs. I was like, push this nigga down the stairs right now. Playing all fucking coy.
All this shit we just did. That's like if Zendaya, Peter Parker, and the Jacob, the Ned or whatever, they came back after capturing all the villains and shit like that, and Doctor Strange just like, what y'all do?
Oh, what happened? And he winks. Punch him in his face. Nigga, you almost died.
Snape and Dumbledore are mad loud though when all the kids are sleeping, and they're like whispering, but it's like mad loud. Like, should we tell Harry that they're coming for him tomorrow? No, he must be innocent in his fright. It's like Harry's right there, nigga, and you can't even see him. His eyes are closed.
He's gonna die. That's like, because if I was one of these teachers and I had this information, I've been like, they were like, no, we must uphold his innocence. I'd be like, yo, we gotta get this motherfucker to armor up. This motherfucker going. It's like, yo, we need a perimeter for fucking Harry Potter. We need to have surveillance on this little nigga 24/7. Harry Potter, he's in danger. Ain't no kid dying on my watch.
Yeah,
like that's why all these teachers are trash. Okay, let's say this isn't Harry Potter. This is a school, and let's say, I don't know, Texas, right? This is basically like you got a note from a kid to the principal saying, I'm shooting school tomorrow. I know this is dark, guys, but go with me. I'm shooting school tomorrow, and I want this nigga's head. And then the principal's just like, calls in all the teachers. There's going to be a shooting tomorrow on Happy Plaza. What are we going to do about it? We can't alert the police. Because if we do, it's going to make Harry Potter weaker. We need to let his survival instincts kick in. Like, nigga, you put everybody here in danger. Put security around the goddamn school. Nigga, I could die. And if I'm Snape, after this nigga Harry Potter threw me into a fucking pile of fucking broken ass fucking, beds and shit like that, I don't know, into a cabinet or whatever, and I'm all knocked out and fucked up, I've been like, later on when I see Potter, I'd be like, I was there to save you, right? And your fucking simple ass gonna throw a spell at me and throw me into a goddamn armoire? Yo, nigga, what's up with you? It's just like, listen, Harry, I hope you know how to squabble. He would squabble and punch him right in his mouth. Right there, real fast. Rabbit punch that nigga right in his mouth. I'd be so mad. It's like, yo, everybody was telling me not to do anything and let this nigga kill you. And I came up here, I defied my fucking orders, and I anteed up to lock these niggas down and to stop the bullshit and save your life. And you gonna throw me into an armoire? All right, nigga, nah, we gotta go. You better, yo, you got a wand, but I hope you got hands.
He was trying to get, clarity on his family and what happened with his parents.
Nah, you know what? All he had to do was like, yo, Snape, I need clarity. I need information right now. They killed my mama and they killed my daddy. Snape is a bit of an asshole. He'd probably been like, all right, Potter, you have 5 minutes or some shit like that. But like, you can't throw that. You can't just fucking just. I mean, he sucker punched him. He sucker punched this nigga into a goddamn armoire.
You keep saying armoire. All right, let's move on from that. It was weird that not like the Ministry of Magic and people couldn't hear Harry under the invisible cloak breathing so fucking hard. Yeah. He's like, it's like if I try to hide under an invisible cloak, you'd be like, Brandon, are you here? Because I can hear you breathing, nigga.
Yo, why does it sound like somebody's in here jerking off? What's going on? Who's breathing so hard?
Like, it was like, well, clearly someone's in this room with us. The door just opened unannounced, and now we hear a lot of breathing.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because especially because we're in a school full of magic niggas. Like, you don't think somebody can get the magic fucking cloak?
Yeah. So Harry, at one point, this actually is the influence behind the style of one of my pair of Vans from Harry Potter collection or whatever. He finds a Marauders map, which basically he's given that by the Weasley twins, and you find out later on that Sirius and like Harry's dad and stuff like that, they're the ones that created the map, I believe. And so it tells you basically where everyone is walking in Hogwarts and shit. Yeah. And that's what he's able to be like, oh, this guy Peter Pettigrew is here, but he's not a student or whatever. That's when like Professor Lupin's like, that's not possible. And then they later put it together that Pettigrew's actually been hiding as Ron's pet. Yeah. This whole time. But it was interesting seeing someone actually yell at Harry for being reckless. Professor Lupin does that when he has the map and like he's just wandering around. He's like, what are you doing? You are literally like the most wanted kid in wizardry, and you just walk around dark like halls and shit by yourself.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, jack off. People are trying to kill you. Like, of course. Nobody's
like, I'm trying to kill you,
nigga.
Like, yeah. Dumbledore should have had that conversation. Like, Harry, stop actively looking for trouble. I'll give trouble to you. You do not have to worry about not having trouble. I will give it to you. Just don't go actively looking.
Don't worry. I am going to recklessly send you into the past, okay? You'll get yours. You're going to get your hands dirty on this outing.
Tati did ask that. She's like, there's no consequences for them fucking with time.
Yeah.
I was like, not to our knowledge. I mean, Harry does. I will hint at this. Harry's going to regret letting that Peter Pettigrew guy live.
Oh, I imagine so.
He's going to regret that. And, seriously, that's a good thing for you to do because Sirius and Lupin were about to kill that nigga.
Yeah.
I was like, you should just let him do it. Just close your eyes. It was funny when the Lupin turns into the werewolf and they can't really stop him. But like Lupin's getting all fucked up when they start doing the time travel and throwing rocks at him and stuff like that. And Harry was like, Professor Lupin's having a rough night. I was like, yeah. He's going to be feeling it. The next morning, he's all like fucked up. He's like, it looks worse than it feels. And I'm like, no, he's bleeding internally.
That bird really got... Yo, and also...
Oh, yeah, what was the bird? The hippogriff?
Yeah, was it... was it Bud Beast or whatever the fuck was it?
Bugbeak.
Bugbeak. Okay.
Yeah, not Buckwheat.
Yo, how is this like, okay, that bird hurt that kid who's rich and powerful. They're like, yo, kill the bird. Kill the fucking bird.
Yeah, they decapitated that nigga.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, Hagrid's the one that brought the fucking thing to the campus, and then he's like, then a week later, Buckwheat's been sentenced to death. I'm like, Hagrid, you are not good at your job.
Y'all gonna kill my friends.
You should not be around children, man. Dumbledore's really is bad at his job.
Yeah.
He's bad at hiring. He's bad at firing.
Yo, fucking, the only thing that could have made it better is if, like, after they tell Hagrid, it's like, yo, we got to kill that fucking bird thing. And he's just like, next thing you know, you just see him in a scene of him fucking dancing like Diddy and the I'm Missing You video. Just the rain. Do. A big ass fucking like giant nigga doing that shit. That would be hilarious.
But for real though, I mean, think about it. what if like your kids went to a school like Hogwarts or just like a public school, just think about Jackson and your boys go to a public school and the headmaster behaves like Dumbledore, where he's like picking Jackson. He's like, hey man, so this can be a guy from our food service company that needs his money. We ain't got it, so I need you to deal with it, young man.
yo,
Use your time watch, go through like 3 times. You'll be
no, even crazier than that, Brandon. Even crazier than that. It's just like, yeah. So, obviously we lost a teacher last year, but a new teacher is, you guys all know him, the nigga that used to walk around and fucking pick up berries and throw them at the fucking geese. Haggard. And niggas like, it's just like, yeah, so you all got a class with Haggard tomorrow. All right, cool. And day one, this nigga brings a goddamn pit bull class. Like, what the fuck is pit bulls over here? He's like, I trained them myself, and the pit bulls in the cages. That's basically what this nigga did. He's just like, don't worry, he don't fight. That's what Haggard did.
Oh, yeah.
Fire that nigga immediately. Immediately.
Oh, man, Dumbledore, you fucking up, man. Also, Harry and Hermione are shitty friends to Ron. Because, he sees them, like, disappear, and then, but the time travel thing, they immediately burst through the doors afterwards, right? Because they need to wait till their previous selves paid and shit. And then Ron's like, how did you go from there to there to there? They're like, Ron, you're seeing things. And I'm like, yo, y'all making this nigga think he going crazy.
I'm like, also, it's just like, when he got fucking pulled down that hole, Harry, you could have easily just gotten down that hole immediately, right?
Yeah, they did not do the best they could.
They really sat there and played with their dicks a little bit and let that motherfucker really feel that torture of getting pulled down a fucking hole by a goddamn big ass black ass wolf. He's like, it's a trick. It's like, yo, the moment I saw him, I've been like, don't come in here. That nigga right there. He's behind the door.
He's right there. Yeah, this ain't gonna end well for you, Ron. I'd be remiss not to mention the E2 Mama Tambien hug between the three when Hermione's in the middle of the boys and they hug her and stuff like that. Because this director, the reason why there's some controversy between Alfonso Cuarón coming on as director of this movie is because he directed E2 Mama Tambien, which is infamous for like their kind of threesome scene, which isn't even that big of a deal if you see the movie.
Oh, okay.
Sure. But yeah, Justin, before we get to our ratings of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, we got to cover 2 things. One is we have to get your prediction about what Harry Potter 4 is going to be about. So Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is the next entry in the Harry Potter series. So based off that title, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think obviously this is going to be... All right, so... The joke aspect of it is Harry's going to go to a club in Atlanta and he's going to meet Little John. And he's going to give him some scissor in a fucking goblet. Harry's going to get real fucked up and he's going to make some bad decisions. And he's going to end up having himself a baby mama who's on Section 8. But that's the hood ass version of the Goblet of Fire. But if I'm gonna make,
what do you think these white people are gonna do?
These white London magic niggas are gonna do with a Goblet of Fire? So the Goblet of Fire is probably gonna be some shit. You're gonna drink the goblet, drink from this goblet, fucking a cup, and the fire is gonna give you some sort of weird power that's going to, maybe even like, give like the voice or like the tongue of some ancient fucking being or bullshit like that, or power. But I think it's gonna have to do something with the throat, or some sort of message. That's my whole thing. It's like some power is gonna come from drinking some shit like that out of this goblet.
It's gonna open their throats.
No, not open the throat, but I'm saying it's a power that's gonna come from this, drinking something.
Okay. Do you think someone's going to die in the next one?
Not one of these main niggas.
Okay, but do you think a kid might die in the next one?
If a kid does die, I wish it would be all of them, but I know it's not going to happen. I mean, all right, if a kid dies, then it'll be like the weird kid who fell over in the book was attacking him. Like
Yeah,
that motherfucker's gonna die. That kid's gonna die because they made a point that they gave him more of screen time in this one than I've ever seen him in any other ones. So that kid's gonna end up getting got.
Okay. Interesting. All right, folks. Well, there you have Justin's predictions of what's going to happen.
And mind you, I'm going off just by the title. I know nothing about this bullshit.
He thinks that Neville Longbottom's going to die, and there's going to be some magical.
Wait, what's his name?
Neville Longbottom.
Yeah, that nigga's going to die. With a name like that, Neville Longbottom. Neville Longbottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This
Who
was
came
the
up
lowest.
with that fucking name?
This was the lowest grossing Harry Potter film out of the whole film series. Only grossed $808 million in a $130 million budget. Still did very well, but it's the lowest grossing one. So, folks, we asked our Patreon subscribers for their thoughts and opinions and reviews of films, and we guaranteed to read them on the show. Now, these Patreon thoughts, typically, there's a few of them. For this movie, there was only one, but it was more of something that turned into a conversation between myself and this Patriot. And folks, keep in mind, besides our Patreon at patreon.com/mediapopcorn, you too can have engagements with Justin and I, like this Patriot named Larry Fuqua had, where they initially wrote, "I can't wait for y'all to get further along the series," and Justin starts to notice the characteristics of the different houses. Then he'll see that Hufflepuff-ass nigga Brandon isn't a Slytherin after all. And then I wrote back, "God damn, Larry, how dare you call me a Hufflepuff?" And then Larry wrote back, "It's not a bad thing. My son has taken a Harry Potter class at Eastern Michigan, as professor did the sorting hat thing and made him a Hufflepuff. But I am a long-time listener, and all signs point to Hufflepuff. I just can't see Lucius Malfoy rollerblading around Diagon Alley on his way to Supercuts for his weekly bitch silk press." And when he said rollerblading around and Supercuts, I was like, oh yeah, he's been listening for a long time. I was like, he's been listening to Media Pocket for a long time.
Oh boy. Jitterbug.
All right, so
boy,
this is our
that's
first.
bad.
This is also our first public episode 2025. So instead of in lieu of IMDb reviews, going forward, we're going to be doing some letterbox reviews pulled from our producer Lluvia. And the first one is David Sims for Harry Potter: The Prisoner of Azkaban, giving a 4 out of 5 star review. They write, "Okay, but like, how do you work with Dementors? Like, how do you tell them to show up somewhere? Who do you talk to? Is there a head Dementor? Do they speak English? Can they tell time? Can they read maps?"
These are valid questions.
They are valid questions. I never thought about that. Yeah, I don't know if you talk to a Dementor. All right, next up is Leah Allison for their 4.5 out of 5 star review. They wrote, "Remus Lupin is the love of my life, and also so relatable. We both wear grandpa cardigans. Both love Sirius Black. Stressed, scruffy and poor. Worried constantly. Gay. The list goes on." So there's a lot of confessions happening in Letterboxd. Yeah.
These are my confessions.
What if that was Usher who wrote that? He has like this wild Letterboxd account where he just reviews Harry Potter movies. Lauren wrote her 5 out of 5 star review. "This movie, I think on the freeze frame, is the most 2000s thing to ever happen to the Wizarding World." The freeze frame was something you don't see anymore.
Yeah.
You don't see the films end like that anymore. It's interesting. All right. Danny's 5 out of 5 star review wrote, "Remus and Sirius are the gay uncles I wish I had." Hey, Gary Oldman was looking like he was looking very fluid with his whole outfit and the prisoner garb and like the tattoos, like the little like Russian gangster tattoos and shit. You know, Gary Oldman was rocking this performance. He's a good addition to the series.
Yeah, because he's good.
His Sirius and Harry's relationship is actually really, really good. You'll see. Okay. And then the last Letterbox review. Oh wait, no, that's it. That's all the Letterbox reviews we have. So Justin, break down our rating system, baby.
Stop calling me baby. So guys, you know how we do this. We rate movies bags of popcorn, small, medium, large, and the XL for the exceptional. If a film doesn't deserve any hot, buttery, delicious popcorn, we throw it into the stale popcorn pile. We pile piles and piles of stale popcorn on top of it. So, Brandon, we sat down and we watched the 2004 ridiculous Harry Potter film called Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. What say you, sir?
I give it a large. I actually really enjoyed this. I think it's a tad too long, but it doesn't feel as long as the previous two. And it's not as much of a chore as the previous two. And so this is where they really started experimenting. They started letting other filmmakers come in and put their own stamp on Harry Potter, at least for a little bit. And you can see the actors getting better. You can see the effects getting better. Things are getting a little bit more mature. So this is like a nice turning point for the series going forward. So, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, what's your rating?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a medium. I think it's better than the first two. It's I think the storytelling definitely got a lot better. New director definitely helped. Yeah, we'll see where we're going with the Goblet of Fire.
That's right, Goblet of Fire, y'all. Hold on to your butts. Can't wait till next month when we finally review that one. It's gonna be fun.
Indeed.
It'll be fun, Justin. Folks, as always, you can follow me at Frodo_Blackens on Threads, Instagram, FrodoBlackens.com for my show dates. I got a 420 show, but I most importantly have a Drunk Black History Tour, Los Angeles, New York, Austin, and Detroit. Tickets are available at drunkblackhistory.com for that. As always, for Media Popcorn, you can find all things at MediaPopcorn.com or Media P Podcast on all the social media platforms. Please, please, please support us on Patreon. We are a Patreon supported podcast. That's how it helps us keep the lights in the Riverside going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So patreon.com, we got $2, $5, $10, $15 tiers.
Help me put some juice in this cup.
Yes. Get some juice. Get us these babies some diapers. Help us help you. We bring the laughter to you with hours and hours of bonus content. You bring the money to us so we can continue to have good health, so we can bring you the laughs. It all works out. Everybody wins. Okay.
Everybody eats.
Yep. Just how can people follow you, bro?
Guys, you can follow me at JBrownDidIt on all your social media and platforms. And Brandon, back to you.
There you go, everybody. Shake it up, put it up, spank it up, put it in the bag. And we tell you what we had. Love y'all. And expecto patronum.
Peace.